1/3 of students entering college leave without a degree. Retention is a year-to-year headache that never seems to go away. Retention affects more than just the schools. It spills over into our economy. Good paying jobs are being left unfilled due to lack of qualified workers. So, we believe that it's vitally important for the schools to address the issue of student retention by first looking inward. How are we engaging our students, and are we being efficient and effective in the way we engage them? First off, some vocabulary. The graduation rate, we define that as the percentage of a school's first-time, first-year undergraduate students who complete the program within 150% of the published time for the program. So for example, if you're trying to earn a 4-year degree, you're trying to complete the degree in 6 years then. Retention rate, it is a percentage of the school's first-time, first-year undergraduate students who continue at the school the next year. For example, a student who studies full-time in the fall semester and keeps on studying in the program in the next fall semester is counted in this rate. Transfer rate is a percentage of a school's first-time, first-year undergraduate students who transfer from to another college within 150% of the published time for the program. For example, a student who is in a 4-year degree program is counted as a transfer if the student goes to another college and graduates within 6 years. So now we ask ourselves, what is affected by the institution's high rates of attrition? Well, first of all, it's a huge loss of money. As our very own Dr. Larry Evers said, what college can ignore the potential revenue of several hundreds of thousands of dollars to be gained by retaining students from 1 year to year 2 of the post-secondary educational career? This loss in revenue will also lead to less faculty and staff, and therefore less classes. It'll also reduce the amount of student service programs offered by the college. There will also be budget cuts, and namely athletics. Athletics is a huge supporter of enrollment. It boosts enrollment by a big number. And for also cutting programs, there's also specific academic programs such as nursing that'll get cut. Also wasted tax dollars. Certain percentages of taxpayers' monies go toward paying for educational grants. For example, $4 billion from 2004-2005 academic school year through the 2009-2010 academic school year, just for community colleges. $3 billion in state and local government funding to help colleges for students who ultimately did not come back after their first year. More than 240 million student grants from states to support students who did not return to their community colleges for a second year, and more than 660 million in federal grants for students that did not return to their community college for a second year. Also in 2010, a report for all schools, public, private, 2010 report issued by Mark Schneider estimated that state and federal taxpayers spend more than $9 billion educating first-year students who will not return the following year. This means that states' investments in subsidies yield a lower return, students' prospective incomes are less secure, and institutions increasingly become dependent on tuition as state budgets collapse. We lose a valuable source of revenue there. Another bad thing about low retention rates is it tarnishes a school's reputation. High rates of attrition look statistically bad upon an institution and could quite possibly scare prospective students away. It's another bad thing for employers. There are less and less qualified people entering the workforce every year, leaving good paying and necessary jobs unfilled. Less employees means less work, and less work means less income for businesses. Another thing, students. Dropouts are associated with lower paying jobs. Lower paying jobs make it harder for a student to pay off their loan debt, and lower paying jobs have a higher chance of being laid off. So now we ask ourselves, what are the causes? After research, we found there are several causes that attribute to the lack of retention. And one of them is academic preparedness. Essentially, it is attrition due to academic failure and or the ability to keep up with academic demands associated with college. Or they are simply disinterested, or they're displaying boredom in the classroom and dissatisfied with the content and the way they're delivered. Also, background is attributed to the high attrition rate. First generation students, we define that as neither one of their parents having a 4-year degree. It is estimated that 30% of students enrolled post-secondary institutions today are low-income, first-generation college students. 89% of those students will not earn a bachelor's degree in 6 years after they come out of high school. They drop out of college at 4 times the rate of their peers whose parents have a post-secondary education. So why is this? And it's mainly because the parents lack the ability to guide them, and they are often, first-generation students are often found in communities where college counseling and college-minded peers are lacking or are yet non-existent. Also, motivational reasons. Students display low level of commitment to college in general, perceived irrelevance of the college experience. Also, psychological reasons, such as social factors, roommate issues. There are also emotional issues, such as social anxiety or the inability to cope with stress. And another huge one, perhaps the biggest, is financial reasons, the inability to afford the total cost of college year to year. They believe or students simply don't believe that the cost of college doesn't outweigh the benefits of a degree. After doing some more research, we discovered that there are some practices that community college could implement to help hinder attrition rates, and we found this by Noel Levitz. First off, recognizing and rewarding excellence in advising, teaching, and service. Training for faculty, advisors, and customer service. Faculty should work on recruitment, orientation, and development. We should also develop special programs for both honor students and underprepared students. Early identification and recruitment of academically gifted students for honors programs and peer tutoring. There should be college and high school faculty collaborations that identify the key preparatory knowledge and skills needed to make the step towards college. As a faculty member in college, we should also promote and develop courses that are engaging and students can actively participate in the classes. We should also develop academic support programs for all students. This means collaborating between course instructors and academic support services to promote effective identification and academic referral of students needing academic skill building. And finally, continually develop the retention plan. This means continue developing our goals as an institution, our strategies as an institution, and our action plans that we'd like to issue out.